The story begins with Gandalf and Pippin begin the return of the king as they travel east to the city of Minas Tirith in Gondor. Gandalf and Pippin encounter the steward or ruler of Minas Tirith, Denethor, who is obviously hostile towards Gandalf. Given that Denethor's son Boromir sacrificed his life for the hobbits earlier in the quest, Pippin offers Denethor his sword in service to Gondor. The darkness, as Gandalf refers to it, begins to spread from Mordor and soon covers the entire sky above Minas Tirith. Aragorn is aware that the riders might not arrive in the city in time to protect it from the impending war with Mordor. Théoden and Aragorn part ways, and Aragorn resolves to travel to Gondor through the fabled paths of the dead. A large army of the sleepless dead obeys Aragorn's orders and follows him south as he walks along the paths with Legolas and Gimli in tow. Denethor sends his second son, Faramir, to Gondor to defend Osgiliath against the advancing armies of Mordor. Despite Gandalf's assistance, Faramir manages to retain his position for a limited amount of time before giving up the pitch. As he makes his way back to the city, Faramir is wounded by a poisoned arrow from the Nazgul, the Black Riders, but he survives. Denethor later loses his mind and locks himself in a crypt with the ailing Faramir as the furious conflict rages outside Minas Tirith. Denethor intends to wipe out the remaining members of Gondor's stewards. The riders of Rohan arrive in time to repel the army of Mordor just as it is about to breach Minas Tirith's defences. King Theoden is assassinated by the Black Captain, the Nazgul Lord. Lady Éowyn and Merry bravely defend themselves, killing the Black Captain despite Éowyn's severe injuries. Mordor's armies reassemble, but Aragorn arrives via the Anduin River aboard the enemy's dark ships, which he has taken control of with the aid of the dead. Together, Pippin and Gandalf are able to prevent Denethor from killing his son. The elderly steward commits suicide by flinging himself onto a blazing pyre. Aragorn reaches Minas Tirith after saving Gondor and attends to those injured by the Black Captain during the conflict. Aragorn thus fulfills an old prophecy regarding the coming of the following ruler of Gondor. To divert Sauron from Frodo, the Ring-Bearer's quest, the commanders of the western troops make the decision to organize an assault on Mordor. As Sauron's lieutenant approaches the Black Gate of Mordor, Aragorn's men advance to meet him. The lieutenant asserts that Frodo and Sam, the two Hobbit spies, have been apprehended in Mordor. After the lieutenant is reprimanded by Gandalf, the mighty forces of Mordor are let loose and they escape inside the gate. Sam succeeds in removing Frodo from the Cirith Ungol Tower in the interim. Sam frightens off the orcs he meets with the help of the ring and his sword. After donning orc garb, the hobbits start their arduous journey into Mordor. With each step, the ring becomes heavier around Frodo's neck. The two hobbits arrive at Orodruin, also known as Mount Doom, after several exhaustingly long days of journey. Sam lifts Frodo to the summit. Frodo is overpowered by the power of the ring as they approach the cracks of Doom and refuses to give it up. Gollum shows up and confronts Frodo. Gollum bites Frodo's finger off to get at the ring, but he trips and falls into the cracks of Doom as a result. When Sauron's authority is broken, Aragorn's men at the Black Gate triumph over the terrified Mordorites. Frodo and Sam are saved by Gandalf, who transports them to Orodruin on the back of the enormous eagle Gwaihir. Gondor is liberated from the darkness. Following his marriage to Arwen, Elrond's daughter from Rivendell, Aragorn is anointed king of Gondor. Minas Tirith and its environs start to heal and rebuild. The hobbits arrive back in the Shire to discover the Shire. The hobbits resume their regular lives. Sam marries Rosie Cotton, a hobbit, and the two conceive a daughter. Frodo decides to leave the Shire after becoming wounded by the weight of the ring quest. Along with Gandalf, Bilbo, and the other ring-bearers, he sets sail over the Great Sea for the tranquil paradise in the uncharted west.